hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of the Remedy Podcast. I am your host, Taylor J. You can find me on social media, Twitter and Instagram at Azella's Voice, and you can also check out my blog, azellasvoice.com, for the ladies striving to live successful, stylish, and saved. And I am also joined together with my lovely ladies. Who wants to go first?
Oh, well, I'm Nikki C, and you can find me at theurbantee.com, and I'm talking about politics, brunch, and beauty finds, all about brunching and boozing.
Brunching and boozing.
All right, hey y'all, it's Tony.
Welcome back.
I'm back in America for some reason.
In America.
In America for some reason. You can find me at The Fancy Friend on all my social media platforms and thefancyfriend.com, which is my fashion and beauty blog.
Yes, a high-low mix of
feminine style.
I love it.
Yes.
Nice tagline.
Thank
I
y'all.
can't believe we're at 3 episodes.
I know.
Yes,
We're little
y'all.
babies.
We
3.
are getting up there. Special thank you to everyone who has listened to our podcast, who has downloaded an episode, liked an episode, commented on an episode, sent us a tweet, an Instagram comment, whatever, what have you. We thank you for the support. It has been very helpful for us, and we look forward to continuing to bring you guys some great content, great information.
Yeah.
You can actually find the Remedy Podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Remedy Podcast. We also have a website, theremedypodcast.com, and you can listen to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Google Play. Yes. Also, if you want to know about our episode dropping before everyone else, subscribe to the Fix List, which is our weekly newsletter, which contains some of our favorite content for the episode that we will be releasing. And you can find that information also on our website, theremedypodcast.com. So I think we got all the business out of the way. Yes. So let's get into the show.
Yeah.
Bloop, bloop. So our girl boss of the week this week is actually not someone that we know personally, but we have to give a shout out to our auntie.
Auntie.
She is our auntie.
Lemonade.
Maxine Waters. Because she don't play them games.
None.
She's not about that BS.
No.
I don't respect him.
She calls it like it is.
No credibility. Walk out.
None. And it's just like, we just need more people like that.
Yes, we do. To tell it like how it is. Yeah. I like that. She's like, I don't respect him. He has no credibility. Bloop.
And that's how you know she's the auntie, because you know everybody got that one aunt that's just like, I ain't playing with you.
Right.
Correct your voice before I correct you.
Right. Now sugarcoating it.
Nothing.
None of it. So yeah, she is our girl boss of the week.
Love you. And have you seen her legs? They're actually like mighty fine.
Oh,
I don't know how old she is, but like I saw her in a dress one time and I was like,
okay,
yes.
auntie.
And
her body is fit.
She represents where?
I think it's California.
Yes.
The 43rd district. She's in a safe seat, but she is 78 and she don't look.
She's 78.
At all.
Yeah, she's 78.
Yes, mom.
Mm-hmm. She's been serving the 35th and 29th since 1991, and because like you know when they redistrict, so then you get a new district. So now she's the 43rd congressional district.
78. I'm stuck on that. Her black is not cracking
at all. That's what happens when you drink water and mind your business. Because I'm sure that's what she
does.
Tell her like it is.
That's all you gotta do.
I don't respect him.
Don't respect him.
When she walked out that press conference, I was like, yes.
Honor him.
Yes.
She don't do none of that.
Yeah, she said, I don't honor him. I don't respect him. He has no credibility. I'm done.
I didn't even think about considering going to the inauguration, please.
It wasn't even a thought. She said.
Please.
She looked at him. She was like, excuse me, what did you say, reporter? Oh, that fool? Oh,
no.
In the mic. Not playing any games.
No, not at all.
So before we get into the nitty gritty, I actually wanted to take the opportunity just for us to share our gratitude about President Barack Obama.
Our president forever.
Forever. Like how they used to say Marion Barry is like mayor forever in D.C. Barack Obama is president forever.
Despite the crack.
President forever. But he was blowing the trees, so that's cooler, I guess. I don't know. But it was very... very sad to see him get into Executive One and ride it on to Air Force One.
I did watch, even though I told you guys I wasn't going to watch it.
That's the only part. That's the only part you could watch.
Not watch the whole thing.
I didn't.
Unfortunately.
I couldn't do it.
I had to.
But one of the things that really stood out to me today is I was like looking at everyone's, happy post on Instagram, thanking Obama and everything. And I didn't see anything with Trump on my timeline at all on Instagram.
You are following the right people, girl.
It's a beautiful thing. But I just really appreciate how President Obama and First Lady Michelle really brought diversity to the White House. Like, it was a clip that I saw on Twitter of his inauguration, both of his inaugurations. And he had, like, Tom Hanks out there speaking on his behalf. You got Stevie Wonder up there, Aretha Franklin. He had George Lopez, like, so many people of different backgrounds and different heritages and religions, and he just, even in the White House itself, having like gospel choirs perform and just, I don't know.
It wasn't that dry national anthem we heard this morning.
No,
from
I didn't even
Becky.
hear.
I don't even know.
Becky with the good hair.
I don't know if it was good. It looked kind of stringy. I don't know. But let me not talk about her. She can't help her hair.
No, she can't. But I just really appreciate just how they just brought like different people together and different types of life there. I was looking at the video of the lady who was 106 years old.
Oh yeah.
And they came to see her. It was so cute.
And they were dancing.
Yes, his charisma. Like I feel like they were very in touch with popular culture. And it worked. It was
right. It was authentic.
Yeah.
It was authentic.
It was like, because even like sometimes with Hillary,
broccoli.
it kind of felt like no, turn up for what?
Turn up for what?
That's funny.
Oh, no, they don't live in this. They're not influential. They just
live here.
Yeah.
I was like, whoop, that's a black mama voice.
Forever.
Forever.
And like I was about to say, like even when like Hillary was on the trail, it kind of seemed like it was kind of forced to with her, like her connection with popular culture versus
you watch Scandal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know Millie. That's Hillary.
That's exactly who it is.
She can't help that she's smart. She's just not a people person. That's okay. In person, she's very personable. Mm-hmm. She just doesn't do big crowds. She can't touch. Like, I met her a number of times, and she's actually very nice. She's a very nice woman.
She seems like she's a nice lady.
She is. She's just not used to being out there. Because you got to think about her age. Like, most women aren't supposed to be out into the popular culture like that.
Right.
So she's just very guarded. And I know she said that in Humans of New York. She said she's just always been very guarded as a person. Like, as a woman, actually. Because you're not supposed to be out there and flamboyant as a woman.
That's interesting. She was breaking my heart today.
I know, watching that.
I would have never came. I really don't care. I really don't care about your feelings. Like,
she has to, though.
No, I couldn't have done it. Like,
she has to be the bigger person. Plus, I heard she's running for mayor of New York.
Oh, I hope she wins.
She has to. If she drops this one, you just gotta hang it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
She was so smart. She was a great senator. She was a great first lady. It can't help that her husband sucked.
Speaking of her husband, I just kept seeing these clips and they was like showing him like catching looks of like First Lady Michelle and Ivanka too biting his lip, and I'm
okay, Bill, set it off.
Dang.
Wait, Uncle Slick Willie.
They always catch him slipping. Like he's always looking at.
I was about to say, is he slipping though, or is it just Bill being Bill?
I think it's Bill being Bill.
But Bill can like kind of try to hide it a little bit.
He's too old.
Well, you can tell he doesn't give no cares because
he's past that though. Like he's older. Like
right.
What you have to hide that for? He
was looking. He was giving the looks.
I bet he was. Ain't nothing wrong with looking, as long as you don't touch.
Right.
Naturally curly hair. Please don't
touch. We're not gonna do this right now.
Do not touch it. So, what about you guys? What were your favorite things about I don't even want to say former President Obama?
I remember literally being in middle school, like maybe like 10, 11 years old, saying to my friends, like, we're never going to have a black president. Like, in my lifetime, I, like, fully believed that 15 years ago, we would never have a black president. And, like, really felt that, like, in my heart, like, as a child. I was just like, well, we're not going to have one. And then just, like, he was elected the first time, like, right at the end of my high school career, like, the year before I could vote.
Right, me too.
Right before I could vote. And it was just, like, it just blew me away. And just, like, to have him here for, like, my college years and like my young adult years, like him and Michelle just like to look up to as an example of people that we know in our lives. Like, we know Black people like this in our lives, but other people may not. To see like this is like what a normal Black family can be, you know, and that they show like a lot of different sides to them, but they were all very like relatable. They really showed that Black people are more than just this one thing or like this other thing. You look at them and they're like the whole package. Like,
yeah, they were extremely dynamic, like,
right? Dynamic. And like they worked very hard to be very inclusive. That's something Michelle said during her Oprah interview. Like, she opened up the White House to people who wouldn't have never been able to come to the White House and who have never even aspired to come to the White House. Right. Like, that just wasn't, you know, the place to be. Like, you weren't going to, you know, see LeBron James there as like a cool thing to do. Like,
or Kendrick Lamar.
Beyonce wasn't finna come up there and like be buddy. Like, she might perform, like, but like she's there like on some friendship type. Like, that's just things that people never even like aspired to do. So just like, you know, growing up for us, like, this is what politics can be. Right. So I think that kind of like knocked down a ceiling, like a barrier to the rest of us. Like, this is actually something that we can aspire to because it's actually something that we can get. So I'm actually really excited to see, you know. I know, y'all. I'm really excited to see like what our generation is going to do with the politics.
Sorry.
Oh,
but it is an amazing thing to see because I mean, everybody before him did not look like us.
Right.
And then it's also what I love about him, me being someone, you know, who grew up with a single parent. You know, this is an African American male. You know, his father wasn't there when he was growing up. You know, I don't know. Did his mother pass away or something when he was younger?
His mom's still alive.
Okay, because I know he talked about his grandmother a lot. So.
No, his grandmother wasn't there, but she was just like a helping hand.
Okay, but yeah, even like that's my situation. You know, like I'm living, you know, with my grandmother. My mother is there, you know, raising me. I'm coming. I mean, I didn't come from like the south side of Chicago or anything like that.
He didn't either.
I know he didn't, but
Hawaii.
I know. But like, you know, just being a young African American person coming from, you know, that type of household where people tell you, well, you know, if that's where you come from, you're not going to get anywhere with that. You go to an Ivy League school, you know,
Yale, Princeton.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Twice.
That's like the trilogy, the holy trinity of schools. Like, you got Yale, Princeton, and Harvard.
Yeah, one of my younger cousins, he's actually in Yale right now. So shout out to
him. Black excellence.
Yeah, shout out to him. And just seeing, you know, someone with that background like beat the odds and become the leader of the free world and do a great job at it as a person. You know, I'm sure everybody didn't agree with every policy or you know, with everything that he's done.
And that's like impossible to do in politics, honestly.
And anything really. Yeah. But like as a person, you know, charismatic.
Right.
He's a gentleman. He's a stand-up guy.
Mm-hmm.
He loves his wife.
And that's something just in general that we don't see enough. No, like, actual, like, Black love. Like, these two really love each other. And you can see that just, like, in the smallest things that you can't even fake. Like, you know, earlier today when Donald and Melania came to the White House, Donald just runs up the steps and starts talking to Barack. Meanwhile, Melania's getting out the car, tiptoeing around, trying to get up the steps. Didn't even help her. I was so mad. I was like, that's your wife? You can't even help her up the step? Right.
I give
Barack would never.
She looked good. She looked good. That blue was popping.
I didn't like the color. I didn't like the
You know why? Because it was Ralph Lauren. He styled her. That's why.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I know these dresses about to be popping. I can't even laugh for real.
I can't wait to see her gown.
I think she's gonna be popping. I can't even lie. Like the girl.
Ivanka looked nice too.
She never not look nice though for real.
She had on green yesterday.
The color of money.
She had on this nice green suit, dress, coat combination. It looked really nice. But yeah, my grandmother had pointed out to me about how Trump like barely held Melania's hand, and then like even when they went to the
because she's a trophy.
When they went to the
trophies,
the luncheon with Congress, and they were sitting next to each other, it was just like
stiff,
very awkward.
Right?
Very
like,
weird.
do you even like her? Like, no, not even love. Do you even like her? Like, as a human being?
Yeah. No. The thing is is because she didn't want this. Now she's stuck in it because
that's
his meal ticket. Like, what's she gonna do? Say no? She don't got no choice. Why do you think she's staying in New York?
I know. That's what I told my grandmother. It makes so much sense now. After just seeing how they interact with each other
she didn't want to be there.
Right. She's like, I'm not living in this.
She didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for this. That's not what I signed up for.
I was just supposed to be a kept woman. I'm not supposed to be here.
And that's like, and even when you just look at the Obamas, you know, how President Obama even said, you know, Michelle didn't ask for it, but she, you know, stepped up to the plate
right.
because she loved her husband.
She didn't want to move her kids in the middle of the school year, but she did.
She did it anyway. These are sacrifices you have to make, and they're just so freaking privileged.
Right.
And that's what privilege buys you. But literally, like, just seeing for me, like, seeing the Obamas, I don't want to cry. But being able to cast my ballot for a black man and me aspiring to be in politics, you feel like it's not for you as a black woman. You can't get anywhere. Like, this world isn't for you. Like, we've been enslaved for who knows how long, 300 plus years are in, you know, our unpaid internship. And then we got Jim Crow. And then we have Selma. And then we have everything else. And then you're just like, is this country really for me? And it's just, you see that and you're like, wow. Like, you think that America wants to change. You think that, you know, you can make the strides if you just have to be resilient. You just have to be, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm mad emotional, but it just really got to me. Like, I always loved politics, but it felt like now I have a place as a black woman in this world. And it's hard, but if Barack and Michelle can do it, and they've been called every name in the book, and be graceful and striveful, I can do it too. And then also inspire me to be in love. And I can have it all. I can be.
They are relationship goals. They'll probably be the only people I ever call relationship
like, you can
goals.
have it. You can have love and you can have your career.
Right.
You can have it both. Why can't you? Michelle did. And she made more money than Barack did.
Right.
And I just love how they work together.
Right.
Yes.
As a couple, you know.
And they just have their beautiful children.
Yes. My girl, Sasha, she was on the beach.
Yeah, she's like, look, I'm tired of all y'all. I'm going to
living my life.
I was like, you better work, child.
You better smoke your stuff.
It's just great, just them showing us what we can be.
Right.
And it's not over, you know.
It's not over.
They desire to still be active, very active. And
I get it. Like, I wanted to say this, but, you know, I'll just say it now. You know, granted, he's not what I wanted. I did expect to see my first woman president in my lifetime, even though I kind of knew, like, they're not going to have a black man tell them what to do for 8 years. They're definitely not about to have a woman tell them what to do for 4. You know, at the end of the day, we can't just be nonchalant about it. He is our president. We have to live with it. We have to take it in stride, and we have to be mature, and we just have to go about it. And, you know, we have to take up the mantle and get that political responsibility. And you know what? I'm sorry for everybody who voted for Jill Stein and Gary Johnson. If you would have just voted for Hillary, granted, you didn't think in your moral compass that this is what you were supposed to do. But at the end of the day, we have 2 major parties. One of them is going to be president. You didn't like her? Okay. You know, some things I don't like about Hillary either. But at the end of the day, between Donald Trump and Hillary, I'm going to go with Hillary. You got to go with the lesser evil. You have to go with what you know. So I hope this is a learning lesson. I thought Bush and Gore would have been a learning lesson, but I guess not.
Because we weren't all... a lot of us also who voted now, back when the Bush and Gore things happened. I think I was in like the 2nd grade.
Exactly. So we didn't know.
Yeah.
But that's the... you know, the repercussions of your actions. Everything you do is going to have a consequence. And this is just being an adult. Yeah. We have to be mature. We have to take it with stride. We have to get our political responsibility. At the end of the day, he's our president. Now we need to figure out, how are we going to handle this? What are the next steps?
And it's not going down into D.C. and tearing everything up. Like, I was just...
and then leaving town.
I was not...
I mean, it's just Bank of America and Starbucks, though. But, like, you know, you can rebuild.
But it set a limo on fire, right?
I mean, it's just a limo. B for Vendetta.
Not my city.
I'm just joking, y'all.
Go do it. I don't know. Donald Trump from New York. I'm going to say go do it where he's from, but we don't want to mess up New York either. So, I don't know.
No, we don't. Because they can't afford it. They can't afford it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I hope this is a learning lesson that everything you do has a responsibility, and I hope next time you guys vote down the ballot. You know what I mean? People I talked to, they said, I only voted for the president.
And nothing else?
Do you know how your local representative has more power than
over
your
your
president?
day-to-day life?
your congressman, and your senator. You need to vote down the ballot. I don't know how many times I can say this to millennials. Like, it's us. You have to vote down the ballot. I don't know how many times I can say that.
Like, if I'm finna wait in line forever, I'm going to fill out my ballot. I ain't waiting this hour-long line to fill in one bubble and leave.
Granted, mine was 10 minutes long, but I lived on the beach.
I was in line forever.
Yeah, just really begin to pay attention.
Yes.
To what's going on, and even like those local leaders, if they're having like a town hall around the corner from your house,
you need to go
at the elementary school. What's an hour of your time just to hear what
at the end of the day, they're not appointed; they're elected. No matter how much you slice and dice it, they are elected. You have the power to vote. You just don't go down the ballot, and that's what it is. All right, I'm done.
You better preach to us, girl.
Yes.
I'm sorry. That was on my spirit. Like, literally, I was like, please, let's not talk about politics because that's what y'all, everybody can get it.
No, but
you can get it. You can get it. You can get it.
Everybody can get it.
Everybody. All the hands. These hands, 2020.
Another thing about President Obama, I think I had sent this to you guys. I can't remember. It was like or it was to another group chat, and it was just like the list of the presidents, and then like who's had like indictments or who's gone to trial and stuff like that. Obama had all zeros across the board.
He ran a tight ship
because he's black.
Right.
He can't do no
He literally had to be twice as good.
And still not really getting
all right,
no
Kerry
respect.
Washington. All right, Scandal. What you had to be? Twice as good.
Like,
but that's real. You do have to be twice as good.
Like, they were just a picture perfect image.
They had to be.
I love it.
They had to be.
I love it. So, I wanted to talk about, before we get into the folks who decided that it would be smart to either go and meet with Trump or perform for Trump, I kind of wanted to talk about two interesting topics, kind of unrelated to the whole politics thing. Well, actually very unrelated. So, I've been home this week from work, so I've been, into stuff, checking things out.
That's exactly why you don't need to be home.
Being all kinds of mess.
It went by so fast. But, so basically on the Real, Tamara Mowry was talking about how she got checked by her husband for racism. So I'm like,
Jesus,
how? Let me go look. So I'm looking at this clip, and she says that one day she was making her husband a sandwich. So she's what's his name? Adam. She's making Adam a sandwich. And she says, she's putting mayonnaise on this sandwich. And so she says, Adam, would you like extra mayonnaise on your sandwich? And he comes back and says, Tamara, I don't like mayonnaise because I'm white. And then he says, actually, I hate mayonnaise. And so she says that
I want to be so ignorant.
He checked her for racism because she, I guess, inferred that he wanted mayonnaise on his sandwich because he was white.
I like mayonnaise on my goddamn sandwich. What you
I
put
love
on mayonnaise?
mayonnaise.
I don't love it, but it's
mayonnaise.
good.
Why don't you know that your husband don't like mayonnaise?
That's the first my grandma said. She said, you've been married for how long? And you don't know he don't like mayonnaise.
I think she's trying to be interesting. For real. I just think she's trying to be interesting. Because
that was such a silly story.
But how is that racist?
It's not.
How is that you being checked?
Let me tell you. Okay, first of all, let me break down for all the people at home what racism actually is.
Talk to
First
us.
of all, racism is when you mix oh my gosh, I'm getting so messed up right now. I'm sorry, guys at home. Institutional power with prejudice. Prejudice is different. Me being prejudiced to a white person, what's that going to do? Is it going to affect their daily life? No. Are they going to be able to get a job? Yes. Are they going to be able not to get gas? No. They're going to be fine in their daily life. A white person being racist to me or prejudiced to me actually has power over my life. I can't get a job. I can't provide for my family. So you mean to tell me, mind you, she is also biracial.
Yep.
So doesn't she like mayonnaise on her sandwich? Because she biracial? Is the white side of you saying I love mayonnaise too?
Don't assume I like mayonnaise just because I'm white. That's being racist. Shut up.
I need our white listeners at home to understand racism don't apply to you. It does not apply to you. Nothing I do to you is going to affect your daily life. You're going to have a job.
You might get your feelings hurt, but you're not going to get lynched, sweetie.
Right, you're not going to get lynched. And the fact that they still have lynchings going on, let's talk about that.
You know, at the
Metro,
they found a noose in, I think, like a break room or something like that.
Just like we found a noose in Baru Cultural Center in Maryland.
Yep. Yep, they found it. Metro's already like going up in smoke, so it's one more thing to add to the roster. Seriously. And I'm just like, girl, why would you even say that out?
Right.
That's because this is when I went. What's her name? Who got kicked off?
Tamar.
Yeah, I wish she was there. Checked her.
I do wish
that's not racist. Learn how to make your husband a sandwich.
That Lonnie, because she's the second most outspoken one.
Right.
I'm surprised that she
didn't
didn't
say anything. You know why? Because she was afraid. Because she thought she was gonna get fired, just like homegirl.
Yeah.
Be careful where you tread, my boo-boo child.
Well.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that whole thing just did not make sense to me at all.
But your biracial self. You are half white. You're not black. You're half white. So do you like mayonnaise too?
Hey.
Boo-boo child.
It was just so silly to bring up.
It was so stupid. It didn't even fit in the context.
It didn't at all.
I was like, girl.
It was just something to say.
This is literally what it was.
Because she wanted to be heard.
And it's like, girl, we hear you. I like her, you know. But she had to say that.
After that, I was like,
yeah. It's just like, girl.
I'm going to let that slide because I don't really know you as a person.
This is true.
That was dumb. For real.
Yeah, and they say that, I guess her husband's like a Trump supporter.
Oh, God bless. Yeah. We weren't talking about that. We're talking about mayonnaise on his sandwich and you looking for a Trump supporter, sis?
Yeah, they said he's a Trump supporter.
So he secretly hates you.
Okay.
Oh, no, but you're not like all other black
people. Right, you're the special black.
You're different because your hair is curly.
Well, next. I also wanted to bring
canceled
our... I don't know whose favorite rapper. He's not my favorite rapper, but Future.
I bangs the Future.
Oh,
listen.
Go to NASA.
Showing up at the Atlanta Falcons. I had to make sure I didn't say Atlanta Hawks because that's the basketball team. But the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks game, and knowing for a fact that one, Sierra was going to be there because two, her husband is the quarterback of the team. And then they was making a thing because Bow Wow was there too, and I'm like, nobody care about Bow Wow.
Bow Wow. You just don't know the way you move so fast across the floor. You don't remember that? That's only his song.
I don't know.
Like, who was that person?
Who's that?
But yeah, do you guys think that was petty?
He knew what he was doing.
I mean, like he's from Atlanta. It was a big game. I don't think he was doing. He might have been doing it to be petty, knowing Future probably, but like he has a legit reason to be in the game. Like, he's from Atlanta.
I feel bad for Russell because they said
I don't know.
Remember when you said you had a legit reason to go to the club because you know your boyfriend was performing or whatever? Bloop. Bloop. Or you knew that man you messed with back in college was going to be at that party because you know it's homecoming for real.
But I mean, like, if he wanted to turn up at the game and he
wasn't trying to turn up.
It's a playoff game and that's his team. Like, is he going to not go because his ex is there?
He could have sat at home and smoked his weed.
Watched it on the television.
Or he could have went.
And went to the next game after that.
Right.
When the Seahawks wasn't playing.
But but if they had lost, he wouldn't have had a chance to go to the game. Like, this is the end of the season.
I'm just not on Future's team right now.
I'm not part of the Future Hive. I'm just saying, like,
but
it's not like he showed up at the house and was like, hey, let's carpool.
I mean, he pretty much did.
That's petty.
To the house with the
okay, that was petty. Like, she wasn't finna put this on. Like,
before Russell, he was probably flustered because I know they said that.
Please.
They said he was playing Future music, and I saw this video of him getting tackled by somebody, and it was like a tough tackle. I'm like, dang, Russell, like, keep your focus. But Russell seems like somebody that would be on the game. He the quarterback. He need to be paying attention to something.
Oh, please.
I mean, he's a quarterback of a playoff team.
I just feel like he's just so corny.
He definitely is, and God bless the both of them.
He can't put it down at all.
She got a baby in her.
I have an unpopular
Anybody can get a baby in anybody, honey.
I don't think that he's corny.
What? Cornball McGee.
I don't think he's corny.
No, like Devon Franklin, he looks like he's like godly, but he look like he can put it all the way down. No, he is godly. He's like, look, like I'll hit it from this angle, that angle, and front, back, side to side. Love the way you do it. But
Russell probably had to do a Google search.
Am I hurting you?
Am I hurting you?
Am I doing this right?
Gentleman.
No, that's not being a gentleman. Why you being a gentleman in the sheets? It ain't that time.
I don't know. Russell was celibate, but Devon Franklin was celibate for 10 years.
But he still looked like he's a zaddy.
Right.
With Megan.
Well, Megan.
Got it.
I got no.
I saw them in person about a month ago.
At the church, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're very attractive couple.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I'm sure he looks like he can push his all the way zounds. Like zounds. You gotta put Z. He's like zaddy. He's not daddy. He's zaddy. Zaddy.
And then afterwards, of course, being married, then he'll pray with you. They probably pray together.
What, pray after? Is that a thing?
Have devotional time.
Girl, Bob. I hope I'll be asleep after that. Talk about, give me a
You don't pray during pillow talk?
It's so funny though because when Sierra and Future were together, she said that they used to pray after they had sex.
I'm bad praying and hope it gets better.
So this is the thing.
Yeah, she was like,
No, pray and hopes it gets better.
Oh my God.
I was
Lord.
watching this movie, but
I know we don't know what he
They were
doing,
trying to
but-
have a baby though, and it was this couple,
I
and
bet.
they prayed before they had sex. I guess because they wanted to get pregnant.
That
But-
just kills.
But I think that Sierra and I think Sierra was probably just like repenting.
How you hear music so
Probably.
child say, "You're my baby"? Godfather, God, please. Like, right?
help us have this baby. But I mean, some couples might do that.
No, I just need a Devon Franklin. Like that's
He's epitome.
he's goals. That's
Goals.
zaddy goals.
And I
But
really
Russell
am-
Simmons look like not Russell Simmons.
Russell Simmons.
Wrong Russell.
Russell, sorry. Russell Wilson. See, I don't even know his name for
He
real. That's how
probably
you know
keep
it's
it
whack.
all nice and extra compassionate.
He probably do.
You
Am I
know,
hurting you?
made a
Is this
blanket
okay?
sound
Okay.
And all that.
Ow.
Devon's like, let's go.
Devon's like, shut up. Get on my bed. In the name of Father God.
I
Too
cannot.
Too much. But okay, yeah, I just wanted to bring that whole thing up because it annoyed me a
Yes.
little bit on a few levels. Okay, so we about to do a quick little rundown on these black celebs, and I put in parentheses or whatever because some of them I don't know if they should be. Well, one of them I don't know if they should be called like a celebrity, but who have connected with Trump during his transition and tried to justify it. So first of all, we're going to go with the man who has 55 jobs. Steve Harvey.
A check is
Oh,
a check
okay.
is a check is a check.
Steve Harvey has like 10 jobs.
I'm
right
ashamed
now.
of him because he's a Q. He shouldn't be doing this.
Like,
That's like the blackest frat.
well, I did my research. Let's get to it. He went to go visit Trump, and apparently Trump didn't even invite him personally.
Oh, he invited himself.
He invited himself to the
They
cookout.
said Trump.
Oh.
They said
For the
Trump's
picnic.
team invited him to come.
Oh, okay.
And
He don't know who Steve Harvey
They called
is.
him up. And I was
He
like,
doesn't.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, dang.
Who?
So in on his radio show, he basically decided that he wanted to explain himself because
I bet you
guess
did.
he didn't expect the backlash that he was going to receive from people
Oh, Black
from
Jesus.
going to visit with Trump. Why I don't know.
Like, how far away are you disconnected from real everyday people that you didn't know this was going to
knows. He
upset
knows.
us?
He
I
knows.
don't know.
He just want to be in some mess. He's a messy.
Right. Oh, definitely. He's just one of those people that any
He's
publicity
a
is good
messy
publicity.
mister. He's a messy mister.
As long as y'all say my name.
Say my name. Say my
He
name.
said, and I quote,
Okay.
"I have an obligation to take a seat at the table when invited.
All right, Solange.
Change can only happen when you sit at the table. When you sit at the table, then you can have a say-so to what's eaten on the menu." So
That
Boy,
was
you
a
got
terrible-
scrap on your
That was a
menu. Yeah.
terrible statement.
one of his
What does that
statements that he
even
made.
mean, bruh?
So he's basically saying that he was going to meet with Trump because he felt it was important to heal the divide.
How?
I
How was you finna do that, Steve?
I don't know what's
I don't
up
know.
with some of
Apparently
these
smart.
people who are deeming themselves to be the bridges between the black community and
But
these
you've been
white
cooning yourself
politicians.
out to
Forever.
Not
Like-
even to white politicians, just period.
Yeah, he said he was very hurt that people called him
I
a
think
coon.
like I'm.
Is it? This isn't the first time. This ain't new.
This ain't new.
Oh, he cried about it.
Cry me a river, Britney Spears.
This isn't the first time people have called you
But
this.
he
Before
said that
Trump.
he said he felt it was his way of getting involved because I
Why?
guess in one of President Obama's speeches, he said that we need to.
Did you meet with Obama?
That's what I'm saying.
How about we
We're
start
get
there?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let me get through the story.
Okay.
And then we can and then we can commentate.
Okay.
But he was saying that he felt like it was his way of getting involved because I guess President Obama in some speech encouraged, that we meet with our officials and, help.
That ain't your official! Sorry.
Make change. Dude, she just got up out her chair.
I did.
Y'all.
Yeah, I did. I was mad. I was mad.
But he said that his purpose to meet with him is because he cared about improving the inner cities and the way that children live, and he's from Cleveland, and I guess we're talking about Chicago, Detroit, or whatever. And so he said that he was impressed that President Trump acted so swiftly by getting Benjamin Carson on the phone, who was supposed to be over HUD, right?
Because he's black. Because he's urban. Urban means black.
Basically. Okay. And so he
I
said
wish y'all
that,
could see my face right now.
He said Trump responded immediately and got Carson on the phone. So basically Carson and Steve had the conversation. But I guess when Steve first sat down, Trump asked him, well,
so he called his house
want?
Negro and his field Negro together, and we're supposed to be impressed by this.
And he said he felt like there was a way that was a way that there would be a chance to do something positive. He said, and I quote, "I care about y'all's kids. I care about the inner city. I came from there." And he said that the fight is in the boardrooms. And I guess I don't. So I guess that's
what does that even mean?
You see, I'm not saying anything, right?
And he said that if he were to do it again, he would.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, so
cool story, bro.
He said that Ben Carson was receptive and said that he wanted to do something about it and blah, blah, blah.
The same person wants to cut social programs. Mind you, his mom raised him on social programs and he wouldn't even be a doctor with that.
Like, you're both supremely unqualified to do this.
Yeah. And even like when you I think it was you that just brought up the point, or it was you, I can't remember who it was, that said, did he even go meet with Obama? Like, why didn't you do that? Obama, he would have listened to you if you went to the top.
I think Michelle would have been like, look, let me tell you about this little movie called Think Like a Man. That's him. That's that fool. Wait, that terrible movie? Yeah, that's him.
And it's just, I don't know.
I like Kevin Hart, though. Yeah,
I mean, y'all funny, but like, we don't need you in our government doing stuff. That's not your lane.
I don't need reality TV stars dictating what I do in my day.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, how are you going to say that you're trying to heal a divide? You're trying to be a bridge for us,
right?
And you don't even okay. You grew up in Cleveland. Where do you live now?
In a penthouse.
And what are you doing now? You have the money to do something if that's really what you want to do. What's your track record before meeting with Trump? Nothing.
That has to do with what you're
trying
to solve.
My thing is that, you're from Cleveland, right? So why don't you go meet with Representative Marsha Fudge? Isn't she from But you don't even think about that.
No.
Why didn't you put together other projects before you met with Trump? Trump cannot dictate the day-to-day life in every freaking state. He is president. He is not president of Cleveland. He is president of Cleveland, but he's not the representative. He can't affect change immediately to that area.
And that's why I don't understand how you were saying it starts or they do the ballot from the top down. Like, why do you keep trying to?
I tell everybody to vote from the bottom up till they get to the president. That way you vote for everybody. That's how you decide.
And that just shows, I guess, also just like how uninformed, even the people with all the money are.
Money don't make you smart.
At all.
Look at Trump.
That's for sure.
As long as you got money, though.
Yeah, so I guess he was trying to be like a Chrisette Michele.
No, I think Blue. We're not gonna talk about Chrisette.
We're gonna get to
Chrisette check Michelle.
We're gonna get to
Chrisette. Please pay me my check, Michelle.
Yeah. So with Steve, he's on the radio show just talking about how upset he is and that I'm taking the criticism, blah 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 blah. And it's so funny.
The car literally turned around.
It's so funny that you brought up that he's a Q because he had quoted one of the poems, one of the
Q poems,
Invictus, and he was like, "Yeah, my head is bloody, but I'm bowed." I guess he thinks he's gonna.
First of all, the main things of Jesse Jackson, Q, they don't even resemble in the same frame. Representative Jim Clyburn's also a Q. But you don't see him meeting with Trump. My thing is this. If you want to affect change, why don't you meet with the Congressional Black Caucus? Mm-hmm. The people who represent your interests. But no, you don't, because you're whack.
You just wanted a just say you
just
wanted the
want a
photo.
photo.
Just say you wanted the photo, bruh. Be honest with us.
Your ratings are down on your radio station. You want it to pop. Cool. He's just a crap starter. Like, he literally likes to start crap. Like, he's literally stirs the pot. He's, like, in the kitchen.
His wife should have stopped him from doing that.
No, listen. Someone has to buy these Dolce & Gabbana shoes.
Right.
Okay. So
And that's
she'll stay fabulous.
Okay. No.
and
No.
that's so funny that y'all brought that up too, because I ain't trying to get messy, but my mom had me read about like her background. And
Oh yeah, I read about it.
you gotta look that up.
Yeah.
You gotta look that up. It's very interesting. But yeah, so Steve, apparently he's hurt by this, and
He be all right.
he's just trying to help the people.
Wikipedia tells me.
And I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. If you just haven't been doing nothing before, like, why are you coming out the woodwork now? Take one of your checks from Family Feud, or from your book, or from your talk show, or your radio show.
Just one.
Pick. It's your choice. Pick one.
Y'all got me looking up this
and
tea,
invest
honey.
that into something. For
He had
Cleveland.
3 wives? My God.
Yeah. Apparently he got like the one before Marjorie locked up or something like that. Like, it was crazy.
Ooh.
But we're gonna move
Okay.
on from that.
Okay.
So another person I went to go meet with Trump, a lot of people's favorites, but he's been a little bit off the wall right now, is Kanye West.
Well,
I
he-
had disowned him.
he
in the
been
name of
canceled.
Jesus.
Yes. And so one of his quotes, he didn't speak directly to the press about his meeting with Trump. I think he said this at his concert. I told y'all I didn't vote right, but if I would have voted, I would have voted for Trump. I'm so confused by this, because he was at a rally with Hillary, right? And him and Kim took a selfie with her, didn't they?
I mean, Kim probably supports
Yeah.
Hillary.
And he was in the
Kanye
photo.
probably doesn't.
Kim was just like, I need a photo.
It's just something to put
No,
on
I
my
think she's
Instagram.
pretty. Look. And then I think she does support Hillary. Like, I think she's actually, she is smart, because she did tell, I mean, look, despite her mother, like, she is the one who makes the most money out of all of them. Because literally, Courtney went to school, and she still don't make more money than Kim. She really should be the one making more money than Kim. She went to school for business.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she.
But I feel like she's one that like doesn't want to be in the spotlight. Like Kim was born and bred for this.
Yeah, but she doesn't even make all her money from the spotlight. She makes all her money from like patents. Like, she has patents on stuff.
Did not know that.
Yes, I learned up on Kim. I said, "Look, let me find out about this girl. She's smart.
Yeah.
She turned that sex tragedy into."
People were feeling away when she was on the Forbes magazine cover, but I felt like it was appropriate.
It was appropriate. She did change the game, and she even told Kylie, she's like, "Don't peak too soon, because you're doing a lot." She literally told her that. She said, "You're doing a lot. Like, you need to just chill."
Hey, say what you want about her, but she
She
making that
making that-
money.
She got more money than Kanye. I tell you that much.
She's
Yeah.
making that money. So shortly after he was hospitalized, after he canceled all his tour dates and everything, he went to Trump Tower. I think that's when he first appeared with the blonde hair.
Yeah.
And so there was no official reasoning for why he had visited initially. He didn't speak of the details of the meeting with the press, but he did tweet, "I wanted to meet with Trump today to discuss multicultural issues."
Okay.
That was the first tweet. "I feel it is important to have a direct line of communication with our future president if we want to see change. These issues included bullying, supporting teachers, modernizing curriculums, and violence in Chicago."
Isn't this still the college dropout Kanye? Because I feel like it's not.
Oh, it's
It
not.
can't be.
It's not.
Possibly. He
Absolutely
left
not.
a long time ago.
Long time ago.
If you what'd he say? He's like, racism's still alive, they just be concealing it. Is this the same one?
It can't be.
Can't be.
Jesus, boy,
No.
Jesus.
It can't
And then just for Trump's campaign to come out and say that Kanye isn't going to perform because we're going to have a traditionally American.
Not traditionally American. He wasn't
Okay.
American.
Basically,
Okay.
you too black.
Right.
The blonde hair
all.
didn't fool us. sis.
Exactly.
You know, and
Canceled.
Okay.
and when
Canceled.
he and Trump did meet, they were saying, "Oh yeah, we're longtime friends." Blah,
Right.
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, but you can't come to the inauguration though.
No.
But him and Russell Simmons are longtime friends. Is Russell Simmons there?
No. Floyd Mayweather was there.
Yeah.
Well, everything ain't right with him. We
He's
know
trying to
that.
make Soulja
Either
Boy
way, he
and
had a
Chris
front
Brown
row
fight.
seat.
We know everything's not all the way there with him.
Soulja Boy and Chris Brown fight. That's all I'm gonna say.
Can't wait for that to happen.
Me too.
You in
Front.
Dubai.
I'm be drinking my.
How they get to Dubai?
Black people love to buy.
Yeah, they do.
No,
they think they
seriously.
somebody in Dubai.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if Kanye has spoken to him since or what he was trying to do.
No,
but
he was just there for another photo
that's
too.
Steve Harvey agenda. He had a whole.
And I don't know why, because he has
him.
his own like notoriety on his own. He doesn't need this press.
That's the thing. And
No,
I feel like,
no, more press. Just there's like
all
publicity to him is good publicity. It's never enough.
So my friend Patrick, he told me like he's going to school, like for psychology, and he like I forgot the disease he said, but it like made sense. It's like he's like a narcissist. Well, besides being a narcissist, but it's like he craves attention. I forgot what he said it was, but literally he lives off of that, and if he doesn't have it, it like literally destroys him.
I believe it.
Me too. He's sad.
It's very sad.
He's a sad being.
It's very sad.
I'm gonna praise him in the name of Jesus.
And it just makes me think about even like Steve Harvey too. Like, was this really necessary for you to do this to
No,
yourself?
it wasn't.
Did you really think that this was a good idea?
No, of
Did
course
you
not.
really think that we were going to be receptive of this? And,
No.
And people were going to be happy. And people are already on the fence about you
Anyway.
You know this. He
Everybody
has to know
knows this. Everybody knows this.
And then he was just in hot water for making a joke about Asian.
Yeah,
people.
like 5 days before. Like, bro, calm down.
Like, you moving too fast. Like,
He just needs to slow down and shut up.
that's all. So we're gonna move on to Miss Jennifer Holliday, and I'm gonna just say who she is because I'm sure a lot of people probably like Jennifer Holliday.
My mom definitely said, "Who is that?"
Oh no!
And it's, your mom did
She said, "No." She said Jennifer Hudson.
The original.
Let me tell you.
That's what I said. She said, "No, Jennifer Hudson."
When Dreamgirls came out, right, on one of the BET Awards, I don't know what year it was, Jennifer Hudson and Jennifer Holliday was singing "And I'm Telling You" together. And at the end, like, Jennifer Holliday was really trying to out-sing Jennifer Hudson.
Of course she was.
Like, you ain't about to take my song, girl.
She's like, I'm the original diva. You need to calm down.
Hitting them runs and everything.
You.
Blue, blue, blue.
But Jennifer Holliday, she was in the original Dreamgirls. So the "And I'm Telling You" song, and you gonna love me. That's her song originally, but Jennifer Hudson just like recreated it and just like blew it up and made it amazing. But anyway, Jennifer Holliday is also very popular in the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
Those are her biggest supporters, she said on The View.
Blue.
So she sat down with The View. Only people I know that are on there is Whoopi and Joy
Me too.
Behar. I don't know the rest of those women.
At all.
I was like, who are these women?
I saw who these
you?
people crying on his screen. I don't got time for your white
Were they
guilt.
crying?
They were.
This one lady, she
literally-
was like, I
cried.
feel for you because I'm like, lady, who are you?
I wanted to say the whole time while I was watching it for real, that video, I said, "Nigga, please."
I really wish y'all could see my face. Like, I'm rolling my eyes.
It was just too much.
She's like, "Never in my life."
So, Jennifer Holliday was invited to sing at the inauguration. And she said she considered, and I quote, "Because I'm an artist and I love America. But it didn't dawn on me that this was a bad thing and we're not doing America right now." So she got the call, invited her to come to sing. I want to say she said it was like a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night. And she said when she got the call, she didn't exactly finalize that she was going to be singing there, but she was going to accept it. But news had spread already. And so I guess she started getting like death threats and hate mail, and like the LGBTQ community, like her supporters in that community were just like that they don't bang with her like that no more. Because of course, you know, Trump, Pence, like why would
Right.
you? And so she had mentioned in there that she had performed for President Bush, President H.W. Bush, President Clinton before, and she was honored that they wanted her to sing because it was reminiscent of Marian Anderson.
Oh, girl,
Yeah.
wait,
Don't
don't fix your lips to go there.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh,
Don't
be like
play
Marian
yourself.
Anderson," and then she said that it was her honest desire that her voice could be used as an instrument for healing and unity. When these people make these statements like this, and I'm not taking away her talent because she can sing, but it's just like, how are you an instrument of healing and unity and we don't know who you are?
I still don't know her.
I'm just saying.
I don't. Jennifer Hudson.
I'm just like, say if it was like Common or somebody like that, I'm like, okay, if you say you're trying to be a bridge, okay, I might listen to what you got to say because you're somebody who already has influence. Jennifer Holliday, where have you been? Like, she doesn't even turn on her TV.
Let's talk
apparently.
about
Obviously.
exactly. This is my thing. Nobody who even turns on the TV knows what's happening. It's not that we're not doing America right now. We're not doing Trump's America.
Right.
That's
Right.
a huge difference of hate. Why would you go sing in a place that completely disregards your whole entire fan base? Girl, goodbye. She's like, I live in isolation. Girl, you knew what you were signing up for. You know what you were signing up for, that check. And that's okay. Just say that you were signing up for the check. That's what you wanted. The check.
I love the emphasis on check.
Check.
The check.
She just wanted the check. And she really, like, I grew up in a middle class society and I just never got the, I never
You
got
just
to call me
wanted
a
an
nigga.
opportunity to get on the camera so people
And
can
that's
see
it.
you.
That's it, diva. It's okay. Just say what it is.
Nobody
Just say
knows
what
who
it
you
is.
are, and now you're mad because no one knows who you are. So just sign up for it, and you know that nobody knows who you are.
So she said it was
She'll
a
be
lapse of
relevant.
judgment,
Okay.
and that she didn't know that people weren't over the election.
Once again, disconnected from reality.
Disconnected from your base,
Like,
your fan base.
Gotta be,
like everyone's upset about this.
you know.
Because he hates everybody.
Right.
She's like,
You
well-
like you too, sis, you're a black woman. He's not championing your causes.
She
I
was like,
just wanted to
the
heal.
Obamas were moving forward and like the Clintons were moving forward. So I thought it was good. They're doing it because they have to.
It's
Exactly.
not because they want to. They have to.
Look at Michelle's face. She wasn't pleased to be here.
Did you see that
President
Tiffany's
Obama's
box? And she
face
said,
today.
okay, so
Okay,
give me back my
well,
speech.
right.
Did you see the
So let's
Clinton's faces
go.
today? Like when the Trump kids walked out, Bill did not clap, and then Hillary gave the little pitter patter.
Okay, well,
And then I think while Trump was speaking, like I didn't even really see President Obama just like looking straight ahead. Like,
right.
They weren't
Because he was
enthused.
disregarding
They
him the
weren't
whole
interject-
entire
the
speech.
entire
was being
time.
great, like so disrespectful. So disrespectful. The whole entire speech. I literally thought I was listening to Bane speak. Like, I was like, now you're a president and you still think we're crap as... It's like your parents telling me, like, you're a failure as a child.
There was
Boom.
something that
It's like, what?
that he said in this speech. I read it because I wasn't gonna listening to it because I was on Twitter, and
Besides that, we suck as Americans.
it just felt like I was like, he is like taking such jabs. So he said, for too long, a small group at our nation's capital has reaped the rewards of government while the people have borne the costs. Washington flourished, but the people did not share in its wealth. Politicians prospered, but the jobs left and the factories closed. The establishment protected itself, but not the citizens of our country.
You are the establishment. What are you talking about?
He was talking about them
$160
Obama.
million.
He was talking about them.
I can't. I really can't. Like,
I
he
felt
really-
personally attacked by that.
Me too. The whole entire speech, I felt personally attacked. And then when he kept bringing up God Almighty, I'm like,
Yeah.
Don't bring God into this.
me and
That's
you
an
don't know
empty
the same.
word.
Exactly.
And let me tell you about racist, because this is what really bothers me. How they take the American flag and Christianity and try to place it and demonize groups of people. You must not know my Jesus,
No.
because my Jesus doesn't demonize. And I was talking to my mom this morning about this, and I was like, Mom, like, you can't just force Jesus down somebody's throat. Jesus wouldn't have want that. God wouldn't have want that. You got to bring people in through your
And
testimony.
then it's another thing too. In the Bible, it says that one plant, one waters, and then God gives the increase. It's not our job as Christians, to try to convert somebody over. Like you said, it's your
Right.
testimony. You share the gospel with them. You just plant that seed, and then just pray that God will work on their hearts, and then whatever changes that He wants them to make and they're open to, that they will do that. But it's not our job to do that.
It's not our job.
Right, and you certainly don't do it by condemning people. Like,
Absolutely
who
not.
wants to be in a religion where the main man in charge condemns them all the time? Like, that's not how you're going to get people
and
into
preaches
this.
nothing but hate.
But hate against you. Like, I'm not about to sign on for that.
Me neither. And like, there is not just Christians in this world, or not just people who believe in God.
Right.
Like we have Jewish people, Muslim people, and Christian people. They all believe in God. But you have Hindi, you have other Buddhists. They don't all believe in God. So you cannot do that. People came on Plymouth Rock to get religious freedom.
Right.
You can't just do that. America is something for everyone. And that's what makes us so great, is our diversity. But all you say is the God Almighty and our Creator and the God Almighty and our patriotic flag, and we will bleed red for our patriots. That does not make
calm
me
down.
want to
No, that
be
sounds scary,
a part
bro.
of the American fabric.
And the difference between, I actually compared his speech to Obama in 2009. He did not acknowledge women. He did not acknowledge people of different religions.
No.
He did not acknowledge people of different backgrounds. And you talking about unity, and he used the scripture about like how good and pleasant it is for believers to dwell together in unity. What? Like,
What unity?
What unity are you
unity?
speaking of, my friend? Must not be the unity of my Jesus Christ.
you know what I'm saying?
And
you
he accepts
keep
all
saying,
leopards, prostitutes, all that boo-boo, child.
oh, and now you're talking about factories, and you trying to bring up the mothers and the children of the inner cities. You thought, like, especially what he said about John Lewis and where John Lewis is over. Like, does that look like inner city to you?
No, it's not
because he doesn't know anything.
Peachtree.
He doesn't know anything.
Peachtree's the inner city. Hey, sis.
Where the housewives live at or rent their homes.
Right. Buckhead. Cool, sis.
You know what I'm saying?
Son, like.
And it's just, I don't know.
Because all black people live in the city, in the ghettos.
Another thing I didn't like about this speech also is that he just made it seem like, you know what, it's just America and that's it. You know, in President Obama's first speech, he was talking about how we would be friends to other countries.
Right.
You know, if they needed us. And he's like, America first. We're going to put America first. It's just pride. Like, just a whole bunch of arrogance and pride.
And if you're born here, oh, yeah, I like you if you're born here. But we're not going to have foreigners in here. Like, God dang.
Like, we're all from foreigners, sis. Like,
first of all, the only people who are Native Americans.
Like, honestly, me and my family are more American than you and yours. Because wasn't your grandfather an immigrant? Try it again. My people have been here for centuries.
I wasn't asked to be brought here. I was just forced on the boat.
Right.
That's why black people don't like going on boats. Too many flashback memories. Last time you put us on a boat, we didn't come back. Last time you said we were going on a cruise and we didn't come back.
Yeah. This speech was just, it was nothing but empty words. Emptiness.
I just think it's like, well, you're president now. Like, you should boast about the future of America in brightness.
Right.
Like,
and his speech was just like
very
so
daunting.
dark.
I was like, God.
The raindrops started falling. It was just
as he spoke.
Yeah.
Because that's God crying. He said, "Oh, my children."
Somebody said that the rain meant that it was God blessing. I'm like, God.
No, that's God crying.
Do this.
He said, "Oh no."
And it made me feel away too when people were like, "Well, God elected Trump." No, he didn't. Don't
you put this on my Jesus.
No.
Don't do that. That's the last thing you want to do.
That's what you
lie
last
on
thing.
God. Don't
God
do that.
You know what God gave us? Free will.
Yes, he did. And your free will, your free choice was to go to that ballot and vote for Trump. And this is what you got.
Blue.
So,
Blue.
I just believe that America is just reaping everything that it has sown over these hundreds of years.
Yep.
And here it is.
Yep.
You asked for it. This is what you got.
Yep.
Can't get mad at that.
Nope.
And blame God for it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Bless him.
Blessings.
Where
the organ at? Let me get the organ.
The organ is in here next week.
Shoot. So, our last person is Chrisette Michele.
I really liked her music, too.
Yeah, and like, talented woman. Not going to take it from her. She can
Oh,
sing.
she can sing.
Oh, no, she can sing.
She can sing.
So, apparently, she was initially supposed to perform with gospel artists Travis Green, Ty Tribbett, Jonathan McReynolds. But Jonathan McReynolds backed out. Ty Tribbett backed out. And I think Travis Green went on to perform. His album is jumping, though. But I haven't, read his statement about anything. But Jonathan McReynolds did say that, and I think I screenshotted what he said. And his statement was really good. It was about basically how, he as a Christ follower, he respects Trump as a person, blase, but as our leader, he's not the one.
But you performing though.
He's not. Travis Green is. Jonathan McReynolds.
Oh, okay.
Not. He said, I declined because I simply don't believe this opportunity was for me. I wouldn't have been able to sing any life music on my terms either. That's the name of his first album. God's people absolutely need to be there, though, whether they are praying, speaking, or singing. I pray that the body of Christ never gets comfortable publicly rebuking its own people, when they take opportunities to affect and touch leaders, especially the ones we don't agree with. Then he says, he goes on this whole thing about King Nebuchadnezzar. And then he says, my convictions concerning politics and President-elect Donald Trump would have made me miserable on the flight to Washington. I wouldn't feel good honoring the office of a man who I feel hasn't honored it yet. Oftentimes, honoring is not agreeing. It's disagreeing in a respectful manner. That's what I hope the Trump administration will do, and that's what I am doing here by respectfully declining, and that's what I hope my community, the church, can do as well. And I was like, oh, I guess, that's a nice way of putting it. I don't know what Ty Tribbett said. I didn't look into it. I didn't feel like it.
Yeah,
but she was supposed to perform.
I know words.
Because I guess they had did a performance together before, that group of singers. But Chrisette Michele released a statement herself, which was in a light blue on a white background, and I'm like, girl, I wear glasses. My eyes hurt right now.
I hope she uses her check to buy a publicist, because there's no way.
That's what happens when you got no record deal. We can't be present if we're silent. This looks like a poem. My heart is broken for our country, for the hopes of our children, for the fights of those who came before us. I cry at the thought, this blew me, that Black history, American history, might be in vain.
I got a museum. What you talking about, sis?
Like,
Because you didn't.
like, what did that even
All right,
mean?
Clarence Thomas.
Okay, so this country has had great moments. God has shined his light upon us. Today, I hope that great moments begin in peaceful and progressive conversation. I am willing to be a bridge. I don't mind these stones if they allow me to be a voice for the voiceless.
Who are you?
Whose voice? I didn't ask you to speak
That's
for me.
Almost done, y'all. I am here. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about what matters." I'm here representing you because this is what matters. Signed, Chrisette Michelle, hashtag no political genius.
Well, that part's
Hashtag
right.
you right.
That part's correct.
Bye, sis.
And it's just like,
Canceled.
I don't know.
Try
I
again.
just really, I don't know.
You know why you don't know? Because that was foolishness.
It
It was. I read it a couple times and I was like, what does any of this mean?
It means nothing.
It's like you put together a few buzzwords and then put MLK in this. No. Keep his name out your mouth.
That's what racists like to do when they try to pacify you.
Right.
I forgot what
quiet.
that's called. I took this class about white privilege in college, and we read this book, and it was a chapter of the book, and it's a specific name for it, but like when white people would be like, oh, my parents were racist, but I'm not racist, or like, oh, I have Black friends, I'm not racist.
I
forget
don't
the
know
term
what
for
that
it.
is, but I know what another word is. Foolish.
It, like,
I don't have time for her or her foolishness because she's
Right.
just like everybody else.
But she knew.
She wanted
what
that
was gonna
check.
happen because she hit it for
Her light bill was
right.
going
Like
out.
she knew what was
her
going to happen.
her lights were about to go out. That's what she knew. She knew she had to cut this check.
She was like, I need someone to pay attention to me, please.
Somebody, please pay attention.
Please pay attention to me, please.
That's
This is the
all.
way we can get it done.
Yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. And I actually just got a text through that said that she sang with Travis Green. He sings the song "Intentional," and I guess they sang together. But I don't know.
Too bad. I
Because
like
it's just like,
attention,
okay, if you were saying that you were going, to be a light for Christ, you should have said that. Then maybe, it might have been a little, but she didn't even say that. So
I
I'm
mean,
just like,
it's just how you gonna
I
be
don't
how you
know.
gonna be a light to Christ to a man who does not live his life in any
Yeah.
Christian manner at all.
3 wives.
At all.
Cheated on most of them.
Mm-hmm. Try to get with his own daughter, it seems like.
That is not of my Jesus.
It's not.
Not
It's
of my
not.
Jesus Christ,
Nope.
my Savior.
And I'm just like, and like, I guess with Travis Green, I think he said that, he was let to go there. I'm not going to argue with you with what you said God told you because I don't know. Because I wasn't there. I didn't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, hey, if that's what you're going to do, cool. But it's just like with her, I don't know. She just seemed real.
No, that check told her to go
ugly.
there. That check.
Yep.
And then we were seeing yesterday that they said that they're not supposed to get paid to perform.
Oh, I'm
Which
sure.
probably
But he
some money
breaks
to
all
the table
types of
or something.
rules.
Exactly.
Please.
$750,000, almost $1 million.
I bet she jucked and shived and all that.
Yeah, so
She was like,
even Questlove offered to pay her
Not to do it.
perform. And now Spike Lee, he's supposed to be doing a She's Gotta Have It series for Netflix, and
Right.
he was like,
He took her
kicking
song
off.
off. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I hope it was worth it.
and that's
sis.
what I'm saying. Like, is this really worth it?
No, it's
It's not because these white people aren't gonna be like, oh, that Chrisette Michelle.
No, they probably don't even know her name. They'd be like, oh, Beyonce.
Right, exactly. That Beyonce girl looks different from some weight.
And I feel like this isn't even the first time
She
that
got
she
darker.
has gotten in hot water with people anyway.
No, it's not. She's pretty and like.
It's
and
like, do you
always in
know that this
something.
can affect your career
And your money.
Because
But you must not care about your money.
about nothing that.
Whatever, I don't
don't know
care.
either.
I got nothing to say to you.
But yeah, but that's the end of that for today. Oh, I did have the Women's March on here, but
We can just ask about what my sign's gonna say.
okay. So Nikara, tomorrow.
So my sign, I was gonna go with P words in formation, but I'm not gonna.
Okay, P words. Now let's get.
Bruh.
Woo, but I'm not gonna do that. So I was gonna say, respect my existence or expect my resistance.
I
like
like
that.
that.
So that's what my sign's gonna say.
You should make that like your Twitter bio.
I should.
I like
I want to
that.
kind of do what the P words in formation, but I ain't gonna do that.
That's but yeah.
Everybody, then let's get information.
Yeah, the Women's March, I don't know. It's just been so many mixed reviews. I don't know. I've been seeing hate. But it's just like...
I really didn't know people were, like, this passionate about it until Jamila wrote that article. Yeah. Like, me personally, I was just, like, kind of, like, indifferent to it. And then, like, yesterday, I really saw that, like, people were, like, very passionate on both sides of it.
And, like, me, myself, though, I'm not even, like, a protester or, like, a marching type person. So I'm just like, oh, this is nice, you know? But that's not my thing.
My thing is this. Look, you want your voice to be heard. It's kind of like... Not like Chris Evans show, because I ain't no shucking and jiving. But at the end of the day, like, if half of the people, like Linda Soros, she's like a huge Muslim advocate, and you have people like Lupita, Tracy Ellis Ross, like all these other people signing up for it, it's nothing but you to go ahead and do it. I don't care what they were doing in their planning stages. At the end of the day, this is where we're at now.
And they have so many dope speakers that are going to be there.
Exactly.
So many, a huge roster.
So, white women ain't for me. And we already know there is a divide in feminism. It's womanist and feminist. And we can go on that a whole nother day because it's too long to explain. But... at the end of the day, we gotta stand up for what's happening in our communities as women. And they want to take away our intellect, our choices in our bodies. At the end of the day, we just have to stand up and just fight. And honestly, half those girls who were saying, oh, I ain't gonna go because all these white women, where? If you look on the website, where? Oh, no, they're just the faces. Okay, just like Russell Simmons had to get with that white guy who did the Beastie Boys.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same way. We all know how this system works.
Yeah.
If a black person says that I'm getting abused or something, it never makes sense until a white person says it. Like
That's
Tim
true.
Wise. Tim Wise can say anything he wants. You know why? Because he's white. But if Barack Obama can't say that, and he even said he could say what he says because he's white. It never becomes into a validation until white people say it. And that's the fault of us as black people, and that's the fault of the mainstream America. But until we get to that point where what I say is actually truthful and not complaining, this is where we're at. So we have to just do what we got to do and make our voices heard.
I agree. And I mean... and I read today also, along with the speakers, that like Janet Mock, who's one of the speakers, she's giving away her book for free.
Oh, I'm gonna be there. Like,
Issa Rae.
Thank you.
It's ebooks, so you can download it online. Issa Rae, she's also giving away one of her books for free and a few other books. And
is that also ebooks?
Yeah, it's ebook. And then last night, Solange performed.
Yes, at the Peace Ball.
At the Peace Ball, and she offered to go and buy books for the community. So it's just like,
that's dope.
Come on, y'all! Like you
Let it
really
go.
are upset about this.
People
You
just
really
like want to
hate on
complain
this.
about complain.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know.
People like to complain,
and it's just like in that piece that we read, that opinion piece. You know, they just made it. They said something about like they can't find themselves having sisterhood with white women, and like is that impossible?
It's not impossible. It's just that the fact that a lot of white women have to check their privilege at the door, because although you are a woman, you're white. So in this country, in order to succeed, you either have to be white or a man. Just like Barack Obama is a man, so he has that privilege. Just like men have to check their privilege.
Right.
But being a black woman, you're at the bottom of the totem pole. Literally. We get paid less than Latino women. And we've been here longer. It's just like the way the cookie crumbles. It's sad. It sucks. But it's something that white women have to check their privilege at the door. Like, you always will be valued more because you are a white woman. Versus me, my value is always, like, diminished. It sucks. Yeah.
Nikki C has spoken.
Yeah. Where are these books?
Right, we gotta find the link.
I'll send you the link.
Oh my gosh! What's her name? She's so beautiful. She was in Belle and Beyond the Light. She's gonna be there.
Oh, I don't know her name, but I know.
But she is so hot.
Is she Gugu or no?
Yeah,
Gugu.
I think so.
It's a girl named Gugu. And
Yeah,
I want to say it was her.
Yeah, she'll be there. Oh,
It's a lot of people that are going to be there.
if I
Even
get a picture with
Beyonce's
her
in support of it.
and Kerry Washington, I'm like, if I see Kerry Washington, I might fangirl and pass out. I'm sorry.
And then I wanted to just go over this one last thing really quickly because we've been talking about this for a long time now that I look at the clock. The Obamas are actually starting a foundation, it's like a startup, and it's going to be based in the south side of Chicago. And the Obama Foundation will be focusing on developing the next generation of citizens and what it means to be a good citizen in the 21st century. It will draw strength from the rich diversity and vitality of Chicago, where the president and first lady met and raised their daughters, and it will have nonprofit programs across the city, the United States, and the world. Whether you are looking for a role in your community or have been active on the field of democracy for years, we look forward to working with you and for you. Together, we will build programs to inspire us all to be better citizens and to help young leaders develop their ideas. This will be a design year for us, and we hope you'll join in. And what's really cool when you go to Obama.org, because this is like this is a design year, you can actually go in and give your input about what you would want it to be or what you would want them to focus on. And I was just like, I guess like as the millennial generation, like what you guys think is like most important for us? I guess it's being like citizens.
Well, we can't own a home anymore.
I read about that.
Can I get my coins?
That's probably one of the biggest ones for me.
Ownership.
Not even necessarily home ownership, but just like financial security.
Yeah. Major key.
And that's what I feel like we don't have versus what our parents have.
Right.
Like they could have just, they pretty much like by our age, our parents had us. And they were married.
Yeah.
Like I'm 25 and my mom had me when she was 21, so I'll be 4 and she was married. Mm-hmm. I can imagine.
I literally cannot imagine that.
Mama who?
And my mom had me at 19, so 19, 21, 22. Yeah, like
I can't
imagine.
I don't have that much financial security within myself. Like I don't even think I'm ready to do that.
Right. Like let me take care of me first.
Seeing the housing market crash like that and seeing how like a lot of people got put out of their homes and just like the uncertainty of life
and then on the back end of it, like DC being gentrified to the point where like we can't afford to live there.
Yeah, it's so expensive.
Yeah, it's so expensive. So that's me. That's us, I guess.
Yeah, I know that like that tech and like digital media is just like blowing up and just having
tech is the way of the future.
Yeah, a major focus on that. But apparently like President Obama is interested in being like a digital marketer or something like that. That's what I was told. Oh, okay. And I was like,
who's gonna tell him no? Who's gonna be like, nah?
I mean, he's zaddy, so he can do what he wants.
Yes, I think like having a focus on the digital space because I mean that's just where we're going.
It is.
That's where we are.
Yeah.
And,
I'm trying to learn how to code for real. I ain't gonna lie.
It would be really helpful. I need to learn how to do it myself because at work I be needing it sometimes. I'm getting there bit by bit, but even like with the whole big deal about the transition of Twitter accounts, like that was just so crazy.
Oh yeah. Everyone was like, unfollow. I was like, no, they actually just changed it over.
I never followed the POTUS page. I don't know why.
Well, no,
but I followed Barack Obama today, though.
Listen, the first time I saw POTUS after the inauguration, I literally blocked it. I was just like, I don't need this.
POTUS after the inauguration, I don't know if we brought this up already, that he removed some of the pages off the White House website.
Oh, yeah.
About, like, civil rights, LGBTQ rights, and
he's getting rid of the Arts Endowment Fund.
I know. My friend was telling me about that because her boyfriend works there.
Wow. Yeah, he just wants to build up the police force and the military and bring back wealth to America.
Just all my black people out there.
This is terrible. How did this happen?
It is crazy. Like, I was just having a conversation with my grandmother, and I was like, he is about to try to start a civil war.
We're already here.
Just looking at how things were looking in D.C. today, I'm just like, dang.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of the satanic people?
Right. They were like... Yo, I saw my group chat.
Satan's like an extreme for real.
This lady, I don't know if I should have laughed.
I understand not believing in God, but like literally believing in Satan. That's
she was walking down the street. She had her little flag with the little symbol on it.
My 6'4".
And she was like, the guy with the camera, he was like, "Are you here supporting Trump?" And she was like, "No, we're not supporting Trump." But she was like, "We're here to help you all. We're atheists and Satanists."
Atheists and a Satan. Someone who is an atheist doesn't believe in Satan.
So, but they were together, she said. And I was like,
so atheists and Satanists against Trump.
I was like, what is happening right now?
Voldemort coming out from the grave.
Krabs meme all over the place. Like, what is happening here?
That's our life.
I don't know.
But here we are.
here we are.
All right.
I don't know. So let's take it to a lighter note. To the style and beauty fix.
That's a funny bone.
Y'all in the car hit her funny bone.
I was like, you okay over there, girl?
I didn't mean to laugh. Sorry.
She meant to laugh. She meant to laugh. It was funny.
She laughed.
Are you okay?
She's fine.
Come on, elbow you just touched.
You are not helpful at all.
Wait for me.
I mean, well,
You satanic girl.
not me. They. I am a citizen of heaven.
Are
Like
you?
I said.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Let
Sorry,
me crack
Tony.
the sky right now.
Oh, Jesus. Go ahead, Tony.
All right, so we're going to talk about our everyday makeup routines, and then we're going to have some brown girl beauty recommendations for you. This is funny to me because right when I started blogging, maybe like 6 months, maybe like 6-7 months after I started blogging. So I started blogging in college, and it was a fashion blog. Like, I didn't know anything about beauty at that time. And it was the summer after I graduated, and I remember this post writing about my everyday cosmetics, and it was literally just like tinted lip balm and a winged liner, and I thought I was doing something. I was like, yeah, this is it.
You had the wing
I
liner, though.
don't need no, but I had the wing liner. I was like, but like, I really don't be doing that much, and like, and now, like, I'm reading my list of like all the things that I put on, like, on an everyday basis. Let's talk about the glow up here, because I was literally wearing tinted lip balm, and like that was my routine.
I just stopped wearing tinted lip balm. I didn't start wearing makeup until I came back from Miami in August.
Really?
Like, I was wearing little stuff here and there, but I wasn't like doing my face. Because
Right.
my friend, she introduced me to Jackie Aina, and once I
And
started
once you
watching
saw
Jackie
that-
Aina videos, I was like, it's a done.
Yeah,
Look at Jackie out here changing lives.
Changing lives.
Shout out to Jackie.
Yeah. All right. You want to get started, Nakara?
Yes. So my everyday, first, after I do all my cleanser, I do the Murad Invisiblur because that actually works like a 3-in-1. Like, it's your SPF, it's your treatment. It literally blurs and protects your skin at the same time.
So it's a primer.
You can use it as a primer and as a moisturizer.
Okay.
And a sunscreen.
Oh, that's cool.
As like an SPF of 50.
Oh,
It's
nice.
amazing.
It doesn't like leave you ashy or anything like that.
No,
That's
not at all.
Whoa.
It literally, you can put it on and nothing else. You can leave it on.
Gotta write that
and
down.
Nothing more. It protects and blurs your imperfections on your skin. So it's actually treating you at the same time of blurring your imperfections already on your
Nice.
skin. Then I use my Glossier Boy Brow in brown. That just literally
Shout out to Glossier.
Shout out.
and I just brush up my brows because sometimes you're just not in the mood. And then I use my Holoscope in Topaz, and that's also Glossier, and it's like a highlighter. But if you don't want to, sometimes I don't want to shine like a unicorn, even though I feel like I'm a unicorn in my spirit.
Right.
So I don't shine like a unicorn. I use that, and then I use my concealer in Deep from Glossier, and I just put that underneath my my under eyes and like some of the dark spots I have from hyperpigmentation. And then I use my Too Faced Sun Bunny in bronzer. It's amazing. I literally just give myself a nice little glow. And then I use the Bite multi-stick in Cersei, and that's amazing because you can use it as an eyeshadow, a lipstick, and as a blush.
Wow.
Bloom, bloom, bloom. Because it's amazing. It's like a cream, and then it turns into a powder on your skin, and I love it. It's great for brown girls. And then I use my Anastasia Clear brow gel because my eyebrows are extremely curly. And then I just use the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara, which I just found out about, and it's amazing.
It's
Literally
so good.
what?
I love
got it in
it.
my little gratis bag, and I was like, "Oh, this separate my eyelashes." I feel like I'm
I want to try the Anastasia eyebrow
Promenade?
Yes. I look
It's
at
good.
their videos on Instagram, and they just like
They
drop
sow
Perfect.
dreams. Don't do that to
Oh.
eyebrows be coming out
because you think
looking-
you can do everything that's on there. It takes practice.
Yeah, it
Oh.
was this one. I was watching it over and over and over again because it just loop around the video, and I was just like, "This is so magical."
I've been looking at Mario from Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. So I have 2 brow pencils now because he taught me. So you have like one like the lighter like towards your nose and then out darker. So that's
Okay, beauty tips.
yeah, beauty tips up in her.
yeah.
So that's me. That's what I use pretty much every day.
All right. So, right after I cleanse and moisturize, then I go in with my primers. I have a bunch of different ones, but I think the one right now I'm really loving is the e.l.f. primer.
I have that as well. Which one?
So it's
I have the illuminating primer, so it has like shimmer.
Oh no, mine's like clean. Mine's clean. Mine's clear.
Okay.
So it's like a silicone base.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
And I actually like that over Smashboxes.
Really?
I do.
Doopity doop doop.
It's not quite a dupe. But I think I don't know. Smashboxes is formula's just a little bit different. Mm-hmm. But I actually like that one. You get a lot of it, and I think it's like $6.
Oh, nice. Yeah, whereas Smashbox is like $20.
Exactly.
For the big one. I have it at home, so I understand.
And then I use the eye primer because my eyelids are so oily, like nothing will ever stay.
I told somebody people have oily eyelids. I'm like, listen to me.
I can't, like, everything will run off. So I use the Urban Decay eye primer.
Amazing.
I love it.
Amazing.
Love it, love it, love it. Like, that's one of the things, like, I cannot run out of. I will order it. Like, it does, like, if I lose it, if I can't find it for a day, like, I'm going to order another one. Like, I just, like, that's just it. And then next, y'all know I do my winged liner. So that's the Stila All Day liner. I literally like I went to New York. Maybe it's probably like 5 years ago now. And I go to Sephora and I'm like, I need a winged liner. And this guy showed me it, and like everything else I've used has like paled in comparison. Like I've tried the Kat Von D. I've tried Revlon. I think Too Faced has one. Like I tried, and like nothing even like comes close. It's black. It's like very pigmented. It doesn't skip. It goes on. Like it doesn't come off. Like I wasted my money trying other ones because I always end up going back to it. Like probably right now I have at least 3 because I will not be without this.
Right.
And then I go in with mascara. I've done the light work on mascara. I've tried everything from like, dollar ones from the beauty supply store all the way up to like Chanel and Dior. And like my favorite is the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced.
That is nice.
Like it has a cheek. It has a cheeky. But it is so good. It does everything.
The Better Than Sex waterproof is good.
That you need it to do. That's another one of them
like men don't.
And this one does it without the headaches of men.
Right.
Okay.
The sweat.
So that's okay, so we're gonna move on to concealer next.
That's y'all girl, Nikki C, y'all.
That's Nikki.
That's Nikki C.
Oh, I told you, Samantha.
Oh God. You right. We see. All right, so we're gonna move into concealer. Pretty much everyone on earth swears by this. The LA Girl
I just got
concealer.
I love it.
Make it J-Lo.
It's like what, $3? It comes in a bunch of shades. Like you can mix it. Like it lasts forever. You put it directly on your face. I use it under my eyes. And then recently I've been mixing Becca's Photo Finish primer in it. I got that in my Sephora box.
She's a woman of color too.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Becca?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know this.
She's a woman of color.
That makes sense.
I use when I really want to like serve face. I use the Becca. I use a Becca foundation. It's called the Complexion Cream.
Oh yeah.
And that's actually the foundation that I wore when we did our shoot. And like when I look at my pictures, I'm like my skin.
You look flawless.
Because of Becca.
Flawless.
Thank you, Becca. Thank you.
And then I'll go in and I'll do my lips. Like normally, like every day, I'll probably do like a nude lip. And like my favorite like nude shade of all time is ColourPop Tool. Like it's just like that perfect pink, but it's like your lip color but better, but it's not like it's perfect. And I go in with the MAC Chestnut liner.
I have chestnut.
That will save everything. Like if you're a brown girl, like that saves everything. Like if something's too light for you, or something's like too dark for you, if it like doesn't blend in quite right. Like sometimes like you have that bright lipstick and it kind of looks like kind of like clownish because you need the gradient. Like that will save you.
Like Pink Prick Nicki Minaj.
Something like that. That's not really for us, but if you really want to go there, put a chestnut liner on. It gives you a nice little gradient going on. So I totally swear by that. And then like recently, like I've been doing blush and like blinding highlight every day. Just because.
Highlight is so fun.
Just because.
It is.
I love highlight.
So my favorite right now is again a Becca product. They have the dual the highlighter and the blush. So I don't know how to pronounce the blush. I think it's it's not hydrangea. It's something similar to the Hyacinthia or something like that. I can't pronounce it, but it's like the very, very bright pink. But for that, you have to really apply it with a light hand because you'll look ridiculous. Like you'll look like a clown
like
trying to do it. But you put on the so I put on the blush first, and then like I go on top of it with the highlight. But also, Becca has a liquid highlighter in Topaz. So, like, if I'm, like, really doing the most, I'll dab a little bit of that on there. And then put the highlight, like, for me, it just, like, it polishes my face off, like, in such a nice way. Especially if I got, like, that nice little golden.
I did it today.
I see you, girl. He was over there shining.
I did a little bit of color pop and a little bit of Becca. You know what I'm saying?
And this is, like, that's a trend that, like, I'm sure we're going to move on from it from some point, but y'all are going to have to, like, scrape it off of my face too. Because, like, I look good in it. Like, it's just it. Like, I look like I'm glowing from inside out. Like, that's what I want to look like. So.
And I think Jaclyn Hill, doesn't she have like a Becca highlight?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
Champagne pop.
Yes, so
it's
pretty.
nice. I like that one. I have it.
So my everyday, I feel like I have a lot of stuff on here, but wash and moisturize. I put the Cetaphil moisturizer on there because I was really proud that
yes, girl.
It was on your moisturizer list, and I was like, I use it. So yeah, so I use the e.l.f. primer as well, but I use the illuminating primer because I like a little shimmer, I like a little shine, so it gives just the right amount. It's very soft, like I said, it has like the silicone base. I need to get another one. I do my eyebrows with the MAC eyebrow pencil in stud. I actually went to like a class and they
you're telling me about that.
Taught us how to like properly apply. So before I was doing like just like a regular pencil. It was like a Wet n Wild pencil with this e.l.f. eyebrow cream. Mm-hmm. And I stopped using the eyebrow cream once I got the pencil, and I just fill it in just a little bit, and it doesn't get as shiny as it used to. So it looks a lot more natural, so glow up there. So once I have my primer on and I do my eyebrows, then I will do the e.l.f. HD powder to go underneath my foundation because my skin gets very oily.
Mine
by noon, I am shining. So my friend actually got me hip to that whole little trick. So I do the powder. I look like the friendly ghost. And then that's how I know it's there because I be looking real ashy. I was using the Black Radiance BB cream instead of a foundation because I'm just going to work. But I did go to the drugstore over the weekend and I brought... it's a Maybelline...
The Fit Me
foundation. So I'm going to start wearing that on a daily basis because the other foundations that I have is the Becca Complexion Cream. And then I have a MAC Studio Fix. But I didn't want to wear those every day.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me get a drugstore one. I finally found my shade because in this area, it's hard to find your shade. And it was the last one. So...
It was for you, girl.
He was looking out for me. So I use the NYX HD concealer to cover my hyperpigmentation. It's like my dark spot on my forehead, and I have one on my cheek. And I get that in 8.6 because the 8 one is like really light. I had to go to the NYX store actually to find a darker one.
Of course.
Out in Pentagon City. So that was that. So I let that sit for a little bit while I apply my blush, and I use the e.l.f. blush palette in dark. And they have like this really dark pink that really reflects nicely on my skin. And then I use the ColourPop highlighter. I love their the texture of their highlighters.
It's so amazing.
It's so soft.
It is.
Oh my gosh. I have Avalon.
I love Avalon. That's one I have.
I can't remember the other ones, but Avalon is the one I use the most. And then there's one that's that's a little darker, almost like the color of my skin. I forget the name of it, but I use those. And then I also have a e.l.f. highlighter palette that I kind of put on top of it just to give it a little bit extra shine. I use Maybelline mascara. It's in a blue tube. I forget the exact name of it.
Colossal?
I don't think it's Colossal.
Oh, okay.
It's in a blue tube and it has like pink words.
Is it Baby or something? No, that's the lip.
No, it's the lips. That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. Sorry, guys. And then I use e.l.f. liquid liner. I'm working on the wing.
Yes,
getting there.
Just a little bit of practice. Just a little practice.
But to be safe, I just do my nice little straight line across the top lid. And then either I will do my ColourPop lipstick if I want to have a little bit of fun. My favorite color right now is Hutch.
I like that one too.
Darker purple-ish color. And then if I want to keep it nude, then I will use the MAC pencil in chestnut.
Yes.
And then I will put on NYX Lip Lingerie and embellishment, and then cover it with my butter gloss. And then I finish it off with the NYX matte setting spray.
I love that. Like, that's why I went to the Beyonce concert, and my makeup didn't move at all. Just I was like, this is it. This is it. It's great.
I hate those sometimes when I notice that my thing isn't pointed in the right direction, and then my spray sprays into the abyss and not on my face.
Wasting product.
Sure, I got time for this. I got no money. What you think this is? You think this is for free?
It went right out there into the middle of nowhere. I'm like, dang, I can't even run over and right,
no, it's on the floor.
It's on the floor.
Yeah, so that's my everyday. Because at first I wasn't doing it, but then like sometimes when I wake up in the morning and I look at myself in the mirror and I'm just like, I look dead. Like I look so dead.
Dead, not alive.
Dead. Like I rose from
the nightmare
the
before
grave.
Christmas. Okay.
Seriously. And then when I just put a little bit of makeup on,
then I'm like, I look like
a little
me.
bit more like, yes. Oof. And I mean, I don't feel like I look that much different when I take it off.
Yeah.
But it's just nice.
It defines your features, I think.
And sometimes you want to be popping. And
yeah.
Wrong with you wearing
exactly.
Makeup. Nobody shame you. Why you got all your makeup? Because I want to.
Right.
Why got eyelashes? Because I want to.
I just got to like apply lashes.
Yes.
I'm proud of that.
But once you get addicted,
you're right.
I love them.
I tried my best not to do it today because I was like, no.
I just brought some new glue, but I love them. Like.
Yes. Lashes will change your life.
It will. It'd be like, oh my gosh.
My mom, she's gone to Jamaica for the weekend because her birthday is coming up, and she went and got some eyelash extensions. My mom has no lashes whatsoever. When I saw her, I was like, dang, girl. Like,
you're a brand new woman.
Yeah.
You are a new woman.
Look completely different.
I wore eyelashes on our photo shoot.
I had some on too.
Poppin'.
Yes, Scarlet by Huda Beauty.
Blue. Only thing that annoys me is that I don't wear contacts yet, so my glasses, they be fluttering. Sometimes. So I have to, like,
it gets annoying when you wear contacts too. So
yeah.
So I guess it's losing either way, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh well.
Jesus.
Cool. So I know we talked a lot about politics. Do you have anything to share?
No.
We are politics out.
Mm-hmm. Really though. I
might bring y'all some brunch next week because I don't got time.
Oh, you should bring some brunches. That would be
because I don't got time. Jesus.
I actually went to the Beacon Hotel this past Sunday for their brunch.
Nice.
And that food was
I bet it was.
Their grits were so good.
I'm gonna bring out brunch stuff next week because I don't got time.
Do it.
That'll be fun.
Because it's stressing me out. I got high blood pressure. Black people got high cholesterol too. So.
But let's merge on into the Faith Fix, y'all.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So something just came, speaking of politics, just came through my news notifications on my iPad. President Trump signs executive order declaring prompt repeal of Obamacare to be official policy.
Okay, sis.
I'm still on my parents' health care.
Me too.
I'm not. I don't know what happened, but I'm not.
Well,
so but thanks to my job, I have insurance right now.
Well, I mean, good for you, but what about me, Tony?
I was like,
you're going to be taken care of.
I don't know.
You will.
God better keep me well.
By the blood of Jesus.
I'm going to lift y'all up in prayer tonight. Lord, bring us some insurance.
Right.
But, just with everything that's going on and what we've been discussing today, especially like people's purposes and going to meet with the president or deciding, to team along with him, or even the reason why he wanted to be the president at all. Like, I just feel like, it's important that when people ask us why we do what we do, that we have genuine answers and that we are also honest with ourselves for why we do what we do. Because, I mean, I guess it's kind of reminiscent from the things that we have been talking about the first couple of weeks with, like, your foundation and, being the best at what you do. Why do you even bother to make some of the decisions that you make? And I actually wanted to ask the question to each of us, like, why do we start our individual platforms? What was the purpose? Because, some people do start some things just so they can get some notoriety. And then when it comes time for you to answer for what you're doing, it's empty words. And people can read into your BS, you know what I'm saying? Just like with the people that we've talked about today. Is it for the check, or are you really trying to help the greater good? So I'll go first and try to keep it short. So I started my blog a few years ago because I felt like it was important to me to be able to show other people, especially people our age, that, you know, it's not lame to be someone who is saved and, you know, a follower of Christ, and that, you know, and to show people also who, you know, I guess are kind of curious or, you know, kind of like on the outside looking in, that, you know, you can have this abundant life and it's not a life of oppression, you know, it's not a life of being told what to do or being dictated, but, you know, it's just being able to be yourself, to be able to allow yourself to have the best life that you can, following Christ, but just being who you are. And I was watching Wendy Williams yesterday because I was at home, and Megan Good was on there, and, you know, she was talking a little bit about her faith walk or whatever, and I really appreciate her, even though people try to drag her, you know, because she still decides that, you know, sometimes she wants to wear clothes that are sexy. Like, for example, at the BET Awards, she had presented a gospel award or something, and she didn't know that she was presenting the award. So her shirt, not her shirt, she had a dress. Her dress was like deep plunging, so, you know, she had like some boobage coming out. But Wendy had asked her, well, if you had known, would you have worn something different? And she said, yeah, I would have worn something different, but it still would have been sexy. And I was like, I respect that, because, you know, just how you dress, or, you know, the job that you work, or being someone who is of the world and not in it, you know, you don't have to close yourself out of it or try to hide who you are. Like, and I found myself doing that a lot, because like my church is like, it's older people. Is that sound coming through? Okay, so I'm gonna talk a little louder. So so like the church that I go to, you know, like it's older population, and I'm always worried about, like, if I'm going to be overdoing it or something like that. But I'm just like, this is who I am, and this is who God made me to be. If it was a problem, you know, with me being the way that I am, then I feel like he would have convicted me about it by now, because I pray all the time, and there's something in me, you know, help me to change it. So, you know, the purpose in me sharing my testimonies and trying to, I guess, be a voice for the Christian millennial generation is just that, you know, you don't have to allow people to push you out or count you out because you look a certain way, and you know, and they think that Christianity is supposed to look a certain way, or your relationship with God is supposed to look a certain way, you know, when you can be yourself in that, and God will still love you for who you are, because he made you piece by piece. Every hair on your head, he knows the number. So, you know, that's why I started it, and I really want to build upon it, just to, you know, be a positive force and a good example to other people, you know, that I can listen to Michael Jackson in my car
and still love the Lord
on Sunday. I can. There's nothing wrong with that. I can beat my face and still worship on Sunday and do what I need to do based on what God has called me to do, based on who he has made me to be. So that's fine. I hope it made sense.
No, that was real deep. That was real deep, girl. Mine not that
deep. This is my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So I started mine in college. I think this is maybe like my third or fourth blog that I tried to start, and like it never really stuck. So mine was, I started it my senior year of college, and pretty much I started it because they were like, well, if you want to be in fashion, you need to have a blog.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, let me start this blog so I can like tell people like what I know about fashion. And like just at the beginning, like it was just real rough. Like I started writing my blog kind of like I was writing like school papers. Right. So like I'm citing my sources, and like it was just like, this was just really rough. But I ended up finding a different career path than what I went to school for, and like kind of like what I intended. Like I intended to be a fashion buyer. Then I got a buying internship, and I hated it.
That's usually how it goes.
But still to myself, I was like, well, this is what I went to school for. So like, this is like what I have to do. So like, I'm applying to like buying and merchandising jobs, and like I'll get some interviews, but like I never like got the job. But I never thought like of blogging as like writing or as like journalism or that way. So I got a couple internships writing and like doing social media, and then I was like, oh, I actually like doing this. And I think that's when we started like seeing a change in my blog. So I started changing the way I write things, from like more like this academic perspective to like things that people can like easily digest.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started really getting active on Twitter. Like I had a private account during most of my college days because my mom was always just like, you don't want people finding you on social media and seeing what you're doing there. But then I was like, I can't talk to people if I have this like private account. Right. So that's when I started like doing Twitter chats and like started learning about like actual like blogging and like writing, like web writing and things like that. So that's kind of how my blog kind of got me to where like I am now. Like it started mostly fashion. Like now it's a little bit of fashion, but it's more so beauty. Something that like I talked about, like something I didn't even know about a couple of years ago. So I just think it was really interesting, like seeing how my blog kind of it serves a purpose for me now. Like when I wasn't blogging, when I had a different job at the beginning of last year, which I also hated, and I wasn't blogging, like I really missed it. I really missed like talking to people about the things that like I was interested in, and like I see how people like interact with it, or even like just talking about it now, like that's something that just like makes me feel good, and I think it's something that I can relate to other people about. So it's just interesting seeing how like my blog changed, but like it served me in a way that I never really thought it would. I just wanted to like write a blog for a couple of months, get me a fashion buying job, and then like shut it down. And now like my blog, like it doesn't make me like tons of money, but like it does. You see the different things.
I need to cash in or cash out this year.
Cash now.
I mean, it's not enough for you to retire, but so I think it's interesting how it
changed.
Serves
other people, like it helps me.
Oh, thank you.
For real. Aww. And I see other people like interact with you. So, girl, you helping people out here.
You are
getting beautiful and stuff.
Right.
What about you?
Well, me, I think just like everybody else, I pretty much started a blog, shut it down, didn't work. Started up again, shut it down. Figured out a new name, rebranded myself. Now I think my new blog is more so you don't have to just be in politics and that's it. Or you have to just be in one field and that's it. You can be multifaceted because we as humans are multifaceted. So I'm like, well, I like beauty and I like politics and I like eating. So why can't that be a blog? Why does it have to be one thing? So that's pretty much what the Urban Tea is all about. Why do you have to be stuck in one box? Because someone tells you have to be stuck in one box? Like, that's not fair, and that's not how I plan to live my life, and I encourage everybody else not to live their life. So I know everybody else asks me, like, where should I eat when I go to D.C. or where should I eat when I go here? So now everybody just comes up to me and asks me, where should we eat? So I'm like, well, that's where I just put it on the blog and I write my reviews in there. Sometimes I can get pretty honest. Like, I went to Shirley's in Annapolis and it wasn't that good.
No. I think I read that one. And I was like, dang, because I know people have been hyping it up.
And it was overhyped.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, this is just not as good as I expected it to be. Like, I'm not going to praise every single place
you want to be honest.
I'm going to be honest. It wasn't that good.
And
the
that would be doing
dry.
a disservice to us that are coming.
Right.
Exactly, because Shirley's ain't cheap. And, like, honestly, you could go to so many other better places that aren't as expensive. Like, I think T-Volve in Baltimore is better than Shirley's in Annapolis. So, like, but regardless, like, that's what I want to bring to everyone else. And that's my plan. Like, no, I don't make money off of mine. I kind of just get, like, kind of sponsorships. So that's cool. I guess that's sort of like money. Because I get stuff, but
I didn't even get to that level yet. I need to tell me what y'all been doing because see, I haven't been consistent.
I've been following. Lately. I haven't been as consistent, and I apologize to my readers, but that's because I was on a campaign trail, so I couldn't. I didn't have the time. That too, but that's what I hope to accomplish. Like someone gets out food or like just some sort of happiness and realize that just because you're in one realm in your life, that doesn't have to be the job that you die with. You can do so many other things. You have to have other side hustles. It's like being at a HBCU or at college, period. Like, you just need to have some side hustles because one thing is shouldn't be your only stream of income. Right. So that's what I hope to accomplish. And I think I've better with my intention this go around.
And I feel like that's the beauty of of this whole entire thing, like even with us being in like 3 different, I guess, like subject areas, you know, we're still able to like dynamically serve people and those who read, we have to say, and now those who listen to us, because now we're kind of incorporating what we write about into this show,
right?
You know, and I guess my advice just to everyone who is listening today, you know, with whatever it is that you're doing, you know, just make sure that you examine your reasoning for it and how it can serve another person's life and how it can edify another person's life. Like, to some people, it might seem like it's not a big deal, but you never know, like, what you're talking about, how that can change somebody, you know, no matter what your subject area is, whether it's like you're talking about travel or or I don't know, someone who talks about like shoes, like that's all you talk about, you know, you could be helping somebody save some money, you could, you know, be helping somebody to find a new place to go, you know, you could anything,
help somebody save money on their apartment,
you know, especially those people who are like good with like finances and you know, talking about finances on their blogs.
Financial freedom is real,
right?
Major for the millennials. We were just talking about that. We need that out here, you know, and just don't underplay, you know, what it is that you are, what you have mastered, because it can bring you some money and it can help other people
and bring you some happiness.
Yes,
because it could turn into a hobby that turns into something else that you never even thought.
It could be your career.
And sometimes, you know, you gotta let something that's scary like be your driving force. Like, life is scary. You shouldn't stop doing something because you're scared of it. So,
and try not to hop onto the trends.
Oh no, honey.
You know, especially like
learning lessons is all of us.
In 2015, I felt like it was like an overflow of just like everybody who was trying to blog about blogging or blog
no,
or
they
talk
still
about making
doing
blogging
that.
or business
Yes.
webinars and ebooks and
you're the only one who actually like. I like this Maddieology.
And everybody was hopping on the Maddieology train.
Right, but y'all can't do Maddie like Maddie does Maddie.
Nope, you can't.
Because everything she does is a semblance of truth. Whatever you do, make sure you have truth in it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Live what you love.
Exactly.
And I think
living your truth.
That's what I'm saying. You know, you have to be authentic in it. And like when we look at these people that we were talking about today, like if you can't be going and talking about something on behalf of people that you really don't have no experience in, like even if you did, like just going back to Steve. Even if you did grow up in Cleveland, you have not been in Cleveland in the last 20 years probably growing up there. So, you know, people can smell through that stuff.
Right.
People can smell through your bull.
They definitely can. So, so that's just, it was brief, but that's just what I wanted to touch on.
Just a nice little note drop on y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Something to think about. And also, I'm actually going to write on it. So when I drop
check
it
blog, out.
Visit azealouswiz.com to just read a little bit more about my thoughts on this and go make it pop. So that's our
episode.
Oh, and also if you guys want to ask us any questions, have a prayer request, want us to talk about something, remember to email us at info@theremedypodcast.com. We are here to answer your questions, to pray for you, to answer any other questions you may have about beauty, politics, anything. That's us.
That is us. And please follow us on social media, Instagram and Twitter at Remedy Podcast.
Oh, and rate us and subscribe.
Yes.
And review us.
Please leave reviews.
On iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and SoundCloud.
Yeah, so we can be number one.
Number one!
That's the goal. So I am Taylor J, and you can find me on social at A Zealous Voice, and you can visit my blog at azealousvoice.com.
I'm Tony Childs. You can find me at The Fancy Friend, and my blog is thefancyfriend.com.
And I'm Nikki C, and you can find me at The Urban Tea and also at theurbantea.com.
Awesome, and we will be back again next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.